tonight on an all-new Dr. Phil. An out-of-control 31-year-old son.
Why do you abuse these women in your family?
I just get angry.
Everybody gets angry. If that doesn't give you the right to call your mother
And a family.
Are you going to continue to make excuses? Because if you are, we're done.
Of enablers.
I feel bad for him.
If you're riddled with guilt, you're going to sabotage everything I do. Today's going to be a changing day in your life. You've never had anybody working harder to bring you to the threshold of change than right now. This is 31-year-old Ryan. His family says they are just about done dealing with his constant shenanigans, including dancing in the streets drunk, getting in a fight at Taco Bell, and even destroying all of Heather's patio furniture. But Ryan says he isn't the one out of control. He says they're the ones who need to change. Here's a video he sent my team.
Hello, Dr. Phil. This is Ryan, and I'm calling in because my family thinks I'm out of control. I'm not out of control. They're out of control, thinking I'm out of control. My great-grandmother has passed away, and all of a sudden, they think it's all on me. I'm like, okay, well, why don't you act your age, not your student size? Thank you. Anyways, like, all they do to me is keep bringing me down and telling me, why don't I make a change in my life and myself? It's like, why don't they make a change in their own self? Duh. Anyways, bye.
Well, duh. Heather says Ryan's nonsense is way over the top, and she's done with his my way or the highway attitude. But is she really?
My 31-year-old son, Ryan, is out of control, unmotivated, and drinks excessively.
I don't get drunk and make other people's lives miserable. Lay down. Lay down. No, you.
Ryan has been living with me and his grandma. He has never had his own place. My relationship with Ryan right now is one of distrust. He has an absolute lack of respect when he speaks to me. Once he gets drunk, he's very mean. His drinking has caused him to act out, break laws, offend people. Ryan has never had a real job. I do think Ryan's a mooch. Ryan tells his friends sob stories, and they will get him rooms. They'll buy him CDs, DVDs, concert tickets, whatever he wants. He's never had a driver's license. I'm actually thankful for that because he doesn't drink and drive. Ryan and his great-grandmother, Granny, were very close. Ryan took care of her the last few years of her life. When he's drunk, he'll yell and scream and talk to himself. He'll say he's talking to Granny and that she wants me to die and burn in Hades. Ryan is definitely a teenager stuck in a 31-year-old's body.
It takes two to tango.
Ryan.
It takes two to tango. And you
Own your own.
and I do own my own. I do.
You absolutely do not.
I don't know how Ryan's going to be able to change his lifestyle. The way he speaks to me, he acts like he doesn't think there's a problem, so how is he going to fix it?
Now, there's an interesting history here. You have an interesting heart. I'm going to give you that. Because you adopted these children.
Yes.
You were their babysitter. And you just saw things that you just couldn't turn your back on. At the time, you were how old?
When I started babysitting them, I was 18. When the adoption was final, I was 21.
Yeah. So that's a pretty monumental thing, and God bless you for caring enough to do that. I mean, I really, that's pretty amazing. You have a unique heart. You did something great for them then. You can still do something great now.
I hope so.
This family's pretty dysfunctional, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
You have allowed him to be abusive with you.
Yes, verbally, yes.
That's abuse.
Yes.
You've enabled it, and you know you have. You admit it. You told us you do.
I should have kicked him out many, many years ago.
You allow him in your home despite the fact that he's disrespectful, has no job, stays drunk, destroys property, breaks the law. How frequently is he arrested?
In the last 6 months, I think it's been about 10 times.
And here's his arrest record. I mean, it fills the whole screen. But he's been bailed out.
I did it, and sure enough, right after he got out of jail, he went and drank.
He throws fits like a child, like tantrums.
Yes, he does.
He never graduated from high school. Yells and curses at the family, drunk several times a week. He says that he drinks at least a bottle 2-3 times a week. You guys say he sometimes does it daily, if he can get a hold of it.
I think if he could get a hold of it, he would do it all the time, yeah.
And then when he is drunk, he's not really charming.
Not at all.
He curses at others, racial slurs, physical altercations, and he doesn't remember a lot of this, so he's not there for it because he blacks out.
Right, because like the next day when you're angry, he doesn't know why you're angry because he wasn't technically there to see that. Or
Yeah. This is a video, so people understand, of how Ryan reacted when he thought his mother, Heather, called him a drug addict. Take a look.
God wants composure, right? God wants composure. I can't have her. No, I went through like a scheme. No, I went through something with her. She's nasty. She's a foul behavior. Get her out of here. Get her out of here. Get Heather out of here now. Get her out of here. She is Granny told me. Get her out, get her out, get her out. No, I'm the dumbfounder. I'm not.
Okay, so where is this taking place?
that was at our house.
You said our house. Whose house?
Me and my mom.
Your house.
It was my grandma's house, and we all lived there to be her caregivers, and then she passed away.
Yeah.
And so he feels entitled because it was my grandma's house, so it's all of our house.
Okay. Are you prepared to stop this?
Absolutely. I can't take anymore. I'm not wasting my life anymore dealing with this. He's 31 years old. I don't have to take care of him anymore. It needs to be done.
That's not okay. You have to get past that. You're saying, I still feel bad that he's going to have to grow up or suffer the consequences.
Yeah, I guess
you can't feel bad about that.
I guess that's not, yeah. Putting it that way, I don't really feel bad, actually. He has choices.
And you teach people how to treat you, and you have taught him how to treat you. We teach people how to treat us. You've taught him he can call you the C word, yell at you, call you a bitch. You've taught him he can do all of these things. And so he's stopped at that level.
Yeah.
And that has to end today.
Right.
All right, Heather's mom, Christy, and her daughter, Sheila, well, they're here too. She says she doesn't think they'll ever get to where I'm saying she needs to be. We're going to find out exactly what part they've played in enabling Ryan's childish behavior in the past, even still to this day. I mean, this day, today, this morning, after the break.
My grandson loves drama. His temper has gotten to me when he drinks.
You're not getting cigarettes. You're not getting Jack. Did you hear me? Ryan.
Money.
With all the alcohol and the screaming and yelling, if he doesn't get his way, he throws a fit like a child.
And later, I don't get it, that seems like really arrogant, entitled behavior. And if I had known about it then, you wouldn't be here now, because I'd have told him to send your ass back home.
I believe Ryan's great-grandma was his biggest enabler over the years. Granny would spoil Ryan with toys and money. She would not hold Ryan accountable for anything. He could do no wrong in her eyes. Now my mom is taking over. My mom feels bad for him, so when he gets out of jail, she'll go pick him up, take him to friends' houses. Even my daughter Sheila will enable her brother. My mom and daughter will buy him food. They've also put him in a hotel room at least 10 times in the last 3 months. Ryan is a master manipulator. He comes off charming, so everybody believes what he says and does what he wants.
Heather says when she adopted Ryan and Sheila, her family agreed with her that they would raise the children as a team. But she says something went wrong because her Granny Jean and her mom Christy and even her daughter Sheila have all turned Ryan into a spoiled brat. Here's what Christy and Sheila have to say.
My brother Ryan's personality has always been, it's my way or the highway. If he doesn't get his way, he throws a fit like a child.
I want my
Now, you're not getting cigarettes, you're not getting jacked. Did you hear me? Ryan.
With my own money.
My grandson loves drama, and it goes along with Ryan and his entitlement behavior. If he wants to do something, he will find a way to engineer cooperation to get it done his way.
I've definitely enabled Ryan's lifestyle. I do wish I didn't sometimes, but I'm not going to let him go without his necessities.
Sometimes I'm taking advantage with the money that you give me. I don't use it like I'm supposed to use it.
I talked to Christy and Mom, and they're like, oh, we already got him food and stuff like that. And then I'm like, okay, well, I feel like he just scammed me, honestly.
I took mercy on him with the hotel rooms. I paid for his rooms so that he wouldn't miss court. If he had missed court, we would have lost the bail money.
Ryan talks about getting his own place, but honestly, none of us think that he'll be able to keep his own place without getting kicked out with all the alcohol and the screaming and the yelling.
She's nasty. She's a foul behavior. Get her out of here. Get her out of here.
His temper has gotten to me when he drinks.
Why are you over here?
Why am I over here? What do you think, Ryan?
I don't know.
I just told her you're not to be served here at
I'm not
7-Eleven.
taking any alcohol. I just had a
Ryan, I'm
cigarette.
looking right at you. You're weaving.
Ryan's mouth can also get him in a lot of trouble. He told me that he was getting food and some guy just randomly punched him in the face. I'm pretty sure Ryan said a racial slur to the guy, but he honestly doesn't remember.
It breaks my heart that he doesn't care more about himself. I fear he's just going to end up being a sewer rat or dead.
All right, Sheila, Christy, I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
I'm not sure that this is going to be easy for y'all. No. According to Heather, she and I have been talking, and she says she's done. She says she's done enabling, she's done picking up the pieces, and what's more, and this is probably the most important thing, she's done feeling bad about whatever happens with Ryan. And I'm curious where the two of you are in this regard, because he's going to come out here in a bit, and I'm going to talk to him. And I want to know if you two are assets or liabilities for me, because my intention is to give him a damn wake-up call.
Yeah.
So where are y'all?
I feel bad for him and everything, but at the same time, I mean, maybe you can talk some sense into him, because I feel as a sister I've done everything. Like, it breaks my heart, you know, he's...
Well, let me try to talk some sense to you.
Yeah, definitely.
You said you feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him.
What is it you feel bad for him about? He is a lazy suck mooch. He manipulates, lies, cheats, steals, takes from other people. What about that triggers compassion in you?
No, I guess I totally understand that and everything. I guess, I mean, just because, like, he's got really bad anxiety, and also that my great-grandma, or both of our grannies passed away and everything, so it's just...
Cycle
I don't know,
of
like,
life.
I feel, yeah, no, and I understand that and everything. I guess I just, like, feel bad that, you know, like, he has to live this lifestyle. He feels he has to be like that social butterfly and everything.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to live this lifestyle. He chooses to live this lifestyle because you give him money. You buy him food. You make it possible for him to do it. You make it possible for him to do it. She's made it possible for him to do it. You have all crippled him no less than if you took a bat and hit him in the knees.
Yeah, and that's when I'm done giving him money. I mean, food and water I feel everybody needs and everything, but at the same...
Nope, sorry.
Yeah,
no,
I don't know.
No, I'm stopping you mid-sentence because you say, but he needs food and water. He doesn't need it from you.
That's true. I mean, I feel, yeah, I guess he does need to hit rock bottom and everything, so he'll understand. And
but if you feel bad for him, if you're riddled with guilt, you're going to sabotage everything I do.
No.
You know, you call it tough love, you call it whatever, but you got to be willing to say, you are an adult. When you choose the behavior, you choose the consequences.
Right.
He's choosing to be a 31-year-old suck mooch. And you say, oh, I feel bad for him. You feel bad for him? If somebody robbed you, would you feel bad for them?
No, yeah.
He's
I get
robbing
what
you
you're
of
saying,
your joy,
definitely.
your happiness, your money, your time, your peace. He's robbing you of all of that. He's using you. He's playing you all for suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outside looking in, yes.
What do you think about this? Are you an asset for me or a liability?
I am an asset, definitely, for you. Okay. And Heather and I are both on the same page now as far as don't you raise your eyebrows at me, that we're on the same page as far as we've reached the end of the road. That's why we contacted you.
So you've reached the end of the road since you came out here, or like
No.
in the last 5 minutes, or what?
No, it's been this way at least the last month, ever since the court case and the having to put up bond for him to get out. And
Who put up the bond for him?
It was kind of a collective thing.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you put up bond instead of let him sit his happy ass in jail?
Honestly, I feel he needs help. He doesn't, I mean, I feel like, you know, being in jail is
He's
like
got
treating an
mental
animal.
So
health
he
issues.
needed help. You got him out of jail so he could get
Yeah, I
help.
mean-
So what help did he get when you got him out?
He didn't get help, but I don't know.
So
I
he
guess
didn't
I
get
just
help.
can't
That's why.
see him like.
But
in
you
jail.
see
Like,
the
he
logic
needs-
of it? You say,
Yeah.
I got him out of jail because he needed help, not jail. So you got him out of jail, and then he didn't get help.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah. No, I get it.
At least there's no alcohol.
Well, I mean,
there.
I guess that time he didn't actually go to jail. He was going to go to jail because there was a warrant, so we
Right.
stopped the
No,
warrant.
the
but
one before that.
oh, the one before that, yeah, I did get him out because he was like, oh, you know, I'm going to get help, and, you know, I thought, but, I mean, I don't live out there. I guess,
Are you all like slow learners?
no, I guess I just,
He never does anything.
Well, he does have mental health issues, and so
Yeah, no
but that's been part of it.
Yes,
is
he has
worrying
mental health
about
issues.
him being gay and having mental health issues, being in jail.
So
Somebody
you're
outside.
defending what you did.
Well, it may not have been the best path, but it felt.
There's no but. You're either defending it or you're not. Don't look at her. You're talking to me. What are you looking at her for?
I felt, okay, that he was going to follow through, that he was going to keep his word, and then he didn't. And so then that was a deal breaker. We were done.
So you are defending it.
I'm saying it was reasonable to
At the
think that he
time.
would at the time.
At the
Not
time.
now. Yeah, for sure not now. Yes.
And you're not a slow learner, so you
No.
won't fall for it again.
Oh, no.
Well, Ryan is here, barely. I understand from my staff that he was 2.5 hours late getting here this morning. I'm going to talk to him about that when we come back.
I act out a lot of the times because my family doesn't understand me and they don't listen unless I'm doing something crazy. Because irritating, agitating. I'm a happy and go lucky person, but if you poke the bear, then I'll become out of control.
A few months ago, we kicked Ryan out of the house because of his drunken behavior and the damage he caused to our property. He kicked in the front door twice, he shattered my patio table, and then he even took a rock and scratched up my car.
There was really no other choice. We had to lock all the doors, change the locks. He would come back to the house and we would tell him, you're not allowed here.
I would tell my mom, honestly, like, you can't do that. He's going to die on the streets. And she said, I'm done dealing with it. He's had so many chances, and I just can't talk to him anymore. I'm like, how can you do that to your own son?
How can you do that to your own son? That's what you have compassion for. He shatters the table, takes a rock, bashes in her car, calls her every name in the book. You say, oh, well, I feel bad for him. Because
I
there's a
guess I
time for
just had it.
compassion,
Yeah.
and then there's a time for action.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Right.
And we're at a time for action, right?
yeah.
Well, here's what Ryan has to say.
My family thinks I'm out of control.
Why don't you go over by those bushes?
Why don't you call my boyfriend?
Excuse me, I'm not calling.
If I need to fix my issues, then they better get their self in check. I think they're out of control for kicking me out of the house in the 105-degree weather. I had to sleep on benches in the street corners, and I almost got dehydration and heat stroke. I feel like a lot of times my family just turns their back on me and doesn't care about my well-being. It makes me feel like I'm just scum. My world has fallen apart since my great-grandmother Granny's death. She was like the real mother. She nurtured me, and now I'm alone. I act out a lot of the times because my family doesn't understand me and they don't listen unless I'm doing something crazy. Can things just happen, like, and just make it work and and not like try to like, you know, because irritating, agitating.
I know I drink a lot, but I drink so I don't have to worry about if my family loves me or not. I don't ever think I start the arguments. I'm just always provoked. I feel like my grandma and my mom, whenever we have a fight or a disagreement, they always feel like they have to bring up the past. Those are the triggering points that I start yelling and get really mad because they think they can say whatever they want to say. I'm a happy and go-lucky person, but if you poke the bear, then I'll become out of control.
You shut the up. Shut the up, because it's just a phone call away to make you shut up.
I hope you do. I don't like it when I get violent and angry, but I feel like that's the only way they're going to listen to me.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good.
You were 2.5 hours late today. Why?
Just running late, nervous, and anxiety.
This morning, we had to send a staffer to the hotel as we were told that Ryan was not leaving the room. When our staffer talked to Ryan in person, he claimed he was just running late because he had to, quote, look good.
Hi, Dr. Phil. This is Heather. I'm trying to get my son, Ryan, so we can get to your show. As far as I know, he's not drunk this morning. He was drunk yesterday, but he's refusing to come down. Guys, open the door.
Hey guys, this is Michael. I'm from the Dr. Phil show. Can you open the door, please?
Oh, we're just late. We're running late, that's all.
Why are you running late?
Because we had to look good.
Did you have any issues last night?
No.
Don't lie, Ryan.
I didn't have any issues whatsoever.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
What? I was having stomach issues.
You're having stomach issues.
Stomach problems.
Are you feeling okay this morning?
Yeah.
Is that the alcohol that was consumed last night?
I don't know. I would assume so.
That's what I was waiting for. We gotta go.
Are you here for a reason?
Yeah, to get advice on my alcohol issue.
Okay. People don't usually show up late. They're usually compliant and do what they think because people work really hard to get here.
Yeah.
And then we got to come find you. And I don't get it. That seems like really arrogant, entitled behavior. And if I had known about it then, you wouldn't be here now because I'd have told them to send your ass back home. Why do you abuse these women in your family?
I just get angry and upset at them, so I just have anger towards them.
Everybody gets angry and upset. That doesn't give you the right to call your mother a What the hell is that about?
I don't know, just anger. I just get upset.
You said that.
Yeah, so that's...
We've covered that. You get angry, so you call her the worst name you can call a woman in the world?
Yeah.
What gives you the right to do that?
I don't think anything, it just comes out, I guess. Not really thinking, I just say stuff sometimes.
You just don't require much of yourself?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And where are you living now?
On the streets, sort of, like, couch surfing
and because they kicked you out?
Yeah, they kicked me out.
And why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
You said that you're not out of control, they're out of control because they don't let you stay there and call them names and kick holes in doors and shatter patio tables and take rocks and bash in car doors and that sort of thing? You think that makes you a good family member, good house guest?
No.
Because you wouldn't stay at my house 2 seconds if you did one of those things.
If we fight and sometimes the things I say isn't right, it just comes out.
Well, coming up, Ryan claims that he forgets all of his vulgar behavior after sobering up the next day, which is understandable if you black out. So it's time to further examine his behavior by taking a closer look. We'll be right back.
Ryan Ryan's had so many charges and court dates, he can't even keep track of everything. He ends up missing a court date and then gets a warrant for his arrest, so it's just an ongoing thing. It never ends.
I've been arrested like 10 times. I've mainly been arrested for disorderly conduct, and I recently got arrested for trespassing. Most of the arrests are misdemeanors. Last October, I was drunk after a concert and I spit on this police officer and got arrested. And that charge was a felony. I'm getting in all this trouble, but I'm not a bad guy. I really just have bad habits.
Well, we're talking to Heather and her mom, Christy, and her adult children, Sheila and Ryan, who she actually adopted as toddlers to save from a neglectful situation. And today she says she feels like she's really failed as a parent with her 31-year-old son, Ryan, who just really has never grown up and says he suffers with alcoholism to the point of blacking out. And so I want Ryan to take a look at some of the videos of himself that he missed, because when you black out, you really don't have any memory of what took place.
I'm not a drug addict! You idiot! Don't criticize me, bitch! Don't, you stupid!
Well, here's a video of how Ryan reacted after his grandma Christy told him to get his life together.
Why don't you go over by those bushes?
Why don't you call my boyfriend?
Excuse me,
I
I'm
want
not
my
calling.
boyfriend.
Ryan, I'm not calling. All right?
Just call him and tell him.
Ryan. You know what you need to do to get things going the right direction.
Just call him.
You heard me.
I'm hearing only one person wanting to do this, and it takes two to tango.
Ryan.
It takes two to tango. And you
own your own.
And I do
Quit
own my
putting
own.
it.
I
Don't.
do.
You absolutely do not.
Okay.
Finish the cigarette.
Well,
Ouch.
then tell my sister that
No.
she loves me
Get
to
out of the
death
car.
and she wants to kill me.
Ryan,
Okay.
get out of the car.
But
Get out of the car.
Do you recall writing bitch on the hood of your mother's car with a rock?
I don't. I was blacked out drunk at the time.
Yeah. And what do you say to yourself after when you realize it?
I just feel, I just think it's the bad behavior I do when I'm not all there. I just think it's, I'm not thinking, so.
Do you feel responsibility for getting it
Yeah.
fixed?
Like, there's no apology. There's no nothing.
And there's also no consequences, right?
Well, now there was, because he got kicked out, so I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Did you file charges on him for
They
destroying your
asked me
car?
if I wanted to press charges, and I said yes, but I don't think they actually did. I don't know.
Why do you not have a job?
I've never tried. I mean, I've had little jobs. I just feel like it's difficult, maybe being judged or just frowned upon, not doing something correctly. Maybe.
Yeah. Are you employable?
Yeah, I mean, I can do, I believe I can do stuff. I just don't always feel like, I just sometimes down on myself. I just don't always think I'm capable of doing it.
Well, you don't know whether you could or not.
Yeah.
Because you've never really tried. So where is this headed? We'll talk about that after the break.
There are times that I have given in to Ryan. At this point, it's tough love all the way, and until he changes and gets help, I'm not doing anything for him anymore.
When my mom likes to be all tough and stuff, I don't like that. So after this show, I don't know where I'm gonna land. My mom doesn't even care. I'm not even sure I'm welcome back if my family's home.
Ryan doesn't like being told no, so he will get angry at me.
I like to talk back to my mom because she likes to talk back, so then I give her a piece of my mind. My mom just needs to back off and let me be me.
Now, we ask everyone that's coming to kind of give a little submission video so I can kind of get a sense of everybody's thinking and personality and everything, which you all did. And I found Ryan's submission video interesting. Let's play that again.
Hello, Dr. Phil. This is Ryan, and I'm calling in because my family thinks I'm out of control. I'm not out of control. They're out of control, thinking I'm out of control. My great-grandmother has passed away, and all of a sudden, they think it's all on me. I'm like, okay, well, why don't you act your age, not your shoe size? Thank you. Anyways, like, all they do to me is keep bringing me down and telling me, why don't I make a change in my life and myself? It's like, why don't they make a change in their own self? Duh. Anyways, bye.
I actually transcribed that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to ask you about it. Mm-hmm. You say, I'm writing in because my family thinks I'm out of control. Are they right?
Yeah.
Okay. But then you said, I'm not. I'm not out of control. Were you drunk
Yeah.
when you were doing that?
Yeah.
But I want you to look at your logic. Mm-hmm. They're out of control, thinking I'm out of control. My great-grandmother's passed away. Sorry for your loss, by the way, all of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All of a sudden, they think it's all on me. This is the one point where you and I are going to agree, because it's not all on you.
Yeah.
This is a family dysfunction issue.
Yeah.
And they have conspired to cripple you. No doubt about that. What do you think I mean when I say they're crippling you?
They're maybe not believing in me or pushing me to change, I guess.
Every time you do things for him, every time you don't require him to do things for himself, you cheat him in two ways. One, he doesn't learn to do it. And two, he doesn't observe himself doing it.
True.
Because that's how we form our self-image. That's how we get self-worth. That's how we get self-confidence.
You're just going to defend on us, yeah.
What have you cheated him out of by not letting him observe himself master certain things in his life?
Everything. Honestly. I mean,
And
I
so
probably
you
do
say, I
everything
have
for him.
anxiety, I don't have self-confidence, my self-esteem is low, because they've cheated you out of requiring more of yourself so you can feel like a man, so you can feel like I did this, I can do this.
We'll do everything.
Ryan is 31 years old now, but what will his life look like if he continues rolling backwards down this path? Well, we'll find out after the break. Hey everyone, season 19 is underway.
If you never made it to Hollywood to be a part of the studio audience, well, now it doesn't matter. If you're in Oklahoma, Georgia, Texas, New Jersey, or anywhere else in the world, now you can be a part of our virtual audience.
All you need is a computer and an internet connection. Go to drphil.com and click on Be Part of the Audience for more information.
Hope to see you soon.
I'm from Texas. In Texas, there's an old saying that you're a pretty good judge of horse flesh. You can size a horse up and decide whether it's a good horse or a bad horse. I'm a pretty good judge of horse flesh. You are not mentally incapacitated. That's good news, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay? That's good news. Now, it doesn't mean that you don't have some anxiety or some mental, emotional struggles. You're clearly an alcoholic.
Yeah.
These things are all treatable. They're all treatable. But being a pretty good judge of horse flesh, I look at you and I see a lot of positives. You're a good-looking guy. You got a good sense of style.
Yeah.
You present well. You have a good personality, which has probably worked to your detriment in a lot of ways, because you can probably be pretty charming and manipulative. But that can be turned from evil to good in a positive way. You're not dumb by any stretch of the imagination. You still got a bright light in there. But it can get worse.
Yeah.
I actually did a little experiment with an age progression of you now and what you're going to look like in the future if you stay on this road. So watch this big screen behind me. Okay, run this. This is you at 31. This is what is likely to happen to you across time at 41 where you're going to look like you're 61. And do we go further? And that's you at 51 where you look 71.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to you drinking-wise, skin-wise, organ-wise. And this is not just made up. This is what happens when your liver begins to break down, things start to fail, and that's where you're headed. Now, most people don't get a look at something like that. They don't get a look into the future. That's if you make it that far. What do you think when you look at that?
Scary. Not pretty. Not a good sight.
No? But you know it's true.
Yeah. If you keep going, drinking down the wrong path.
Yeah. You don't look quite as good in that shirt as you did at 31.
No.
If you don't get a job, you'll still be wearing that shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll be right back. Do you have a therapist?
Yeah. Well, as a counselor. Yeah. So a therapist.
Comes and
Here
goes.
and there, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like a new therapist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I can arrange that for you immediately.
Okay.
And this is a different situation that is a combination therapist life coach.
Okay.
And you can do it, you're going to have to do it in a teletherapy way, given the pandemic right now.
Yeah.
But that works out okay because we actually have a company that actually my son founded called Doctor on Demand. And I'm going to arrange immediately for you to have 10 sessions with them to get you a jump start with some objectives. And you need to understand that these people are very much in your corner, but they have a new definition of support.
Yeah.
And that's not cheating you out of the opportunity to watch yourself step up and man up. Look, it's time to do this. You can't feel good about who you are or what you're doing. There has to be a time where you draw a line in the sand and say, this is where I make my stand. Do it now. I believe you can do it.
Yeah.
Use the skills you've got, man. You should get a job in retail fashion and stuff.
Right.
Things that, seriously, where you've got natural skills and abilities.
Yeah.
Play to your strengths, man. Create things that you're proud of. You can do this.
Yeah.
But it's between you and you. And I will get you that help starting today.
Okay. Thank you.
Fair enough?
Yeah.
Now look at me. I believe in you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Do this. All right. All right. Doctor on Demand is the most convenient way to access a board-certified doctor. And I'm excited to share, by the way, that Doctor on Demand now accepts Medicare Part B. Now, let me tell you what that means. You can see a board-certified physician from anywhere over video chat on your smartphone, tablet, or computer 24 hours a day, and Doctor on Demand is waiving co-pays during COVID-19 to make it easier for you to see a board-certified doctor from the safety of your home. So if you're a Medicaid Part B beneficiary, your visit will cost $0. Did you hear what I said? You can see the doctor for free. Doctor on Demand is able to treat many common conditions like cold, flu, skin rashes, and allergies, as well as chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, cholesterol, depression, anxiety. Doctors can even provide prescriptions or prescription refills to your nearest pharmacy. So to get started, just visit drondemand.com/Medicare or download the Doctor on Demand app in the App Store or Google Play. Registering for Doctor On Demand account with your Medicare insurance is really simple. Make sure to have your Medicare card handy. And that's a big deal that they can see doctors for free.
Oh, yeah, it's
amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to thank all of my guests today. For more information about today's show, log on to drphil.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and don't forget to subscribe to Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. She has way too much fun. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.